protect your soul.
Good morning, grasshoppers. A little bit of a late start. Some technical issues on the way to the stream. Hoping to get in at least one new YouTube video today. Hoping. And of course, we start off with the 3XK. We're going to continue giving Knight C3 a bit of a workout. I did mean to look up my potentially favorite answer to the best defense. We'll see how this goes. My opponent was not so resolute in playing the Alekhines defense. I'm a little appalled, actually. I think I was going to actually start with I was actually going to start with an early A3 in this variation. Castles was a mistake? Is that possible? Continue our lead in development here. Interesting. Capturing twice. It looks like we might be very close to winning a piece in this variation. Very close to winning a piece. But it's not to be, unfortunately. We will have to give it a bit more consideration here. Certainly, give it a bit more consideration. Offering our opponent a free pawn? Or are we? I guess we're not. Oh, we actually were offering our opponent a free pawn. That's not good. Let's not do that. He did have the idea of queen to b6 check, queen takes b2. So we lucked out a little bit. Good morning, Lauren. Good day. Let's put aside the samples. Defending this has been rather problematic, hasn't it? My isolated pawn. We're going to have to go for another weak square. As the Who song goes, move me on to any weak square. Another Yes song. I can only apologize. We're going to remaneuver our knight to a better square. Now we're getting a little bit convoluted here, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. I am offering free material, it appears. Let's see here. So there are several weaknesses to target. B7 and C6, A7. B3 may not have been necessary. And now the D6 square. The D6 square is looking a little weak. So what's the best way to go after that? This is only temporary, unfortunately. It does not really threaten our opponent as well as it should. Oh, fine. We're going to have to go about attacking our opponent's weak dark squares on this side of the board. Why is my opponent getting into time trouble in those positions? It's leaving you so confused. You know, I have to enable the dink. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it again while I have a moment. Let's focus on the first board game. Lee Cooper in a tedious rook endgame. Obviously, since it got derailed, it must be in Streamlabs, right? Let's take a quick peek here at these chat settings for the chat appearance. Chat settings. Manage raid settings. Allow all raids, alert your viewers, yada yada yada. I did not know that you could do that. Now I am in a bit of trouble as I can no longer see the chat. Go back to the tournament. I've lost sight of my chat for a moment. Interesting. So Mara Rowe, good morning. Mara read only. Good grief. Let's try refreshing the chat. Okay, good. I am back. I can now read the chat again. That was a jettison. All right, Mara, let's see what we've got. Are you a real Sicilian player? I guess not. You know, I'm going to try this early knight f6 variation. And I'm going to put my pawns on white squares. Let's tag a pawn while we're at it. He doesn't mind us tagging the pawn? That's fascinating. Let's threaten the pawn again. Cause you're in my... Oh no, my opponent has decided upon attacking us in a way that we can't answer it. I could well be lost here. Mara's got me. Mara definitely has me here as I attempt to sacrifice this. Well, that's clever. I have very little choice in this matter. We're going to have to lock it up. I'm obviously not threatening to move my bishop anymore. We do have plenty of compensation for the piece, as it turns out. Let's get our king castle before anything bad happens. And now, let's start attacking. It looks like we now have the initiative, ladies and gentlemen. But our opponent also has a certain initiative, which we have to watch out for. We were planning on retreating our bishop anyway. C3. Is that a wee bit? We're going to have more attackers where that came from. Keep things closed. And now... Is our opponent really going to give away his bishop? Our knight is covering almost everything. And by almost, I mean almost everything. Empty house and neon lights. Yes, it is getting very sketchy on my side of the board. That much is true. And now, as we hide, and then we have to start defending. Moment of truth as everything is hanging. Let's keep capturing. Do I want to do that? I don't have a choice. It's working. It is working.
Check.
Let's keep him at bay here.
Victory.
Whew. Another close call, everyone. Another close call. Sorry for ignoring either RJA, as I had a very intense moment You've got a lead chess stalker? Who's that? Are they messaging you? It adds to the adventure of life. There is a 2600 in the tournament. Is it Yeatenheimer's? Your life is a lie. I think that is, if they were streaming that, I believe that that would be more true. If he were streaming that, Lauren, it is the sensationalism. But let's talk about that for the most part. Maybe that's a book that I'll have to do. All of the classical masters are no longer correct. Well, that would be an easier way of putting it. How about that? So, Anarku did not play the best continuation the previous time against me, but does play some pretty good tactics. This must mean that Ryzev is in the tournament, right? I'm wishing her... Ali Haidar. Good morning, Ali. We're saving time on knight c6 this round. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, gone. Good. We are no longer in trouble on the dark squares as much as we were. So do I wish to ignore this? I don't think I have a choice. Let's keep that knight out. We have control of the white squares. We have control over the dark squares in the center. We have b5, b4 to drive him back. Now that the bishop cannot retreat, it must commit itself. And that's unfortunate. Let's blast the center now. Since we can, we're move up on a lot of variations, I have to admit. I'm going to grab the space. Wedge that bishop back so that we stay up material. Yeah, all the classical masters are incorrect. It would be a wee bit better in the terms of the agreement. So how do I want to shove? It looks like my pawns are mobile. So I'm gonna continue moving this way. And we're going to continue going after that bishop a different way. Just waiting for that bishop to accept its new life in prison. No! Complete awareness of everything that is going on here. We do want to trade queens, by the way. We don't need the rook. We're up a knight. We do not need the rook. My opponent is probably going to get 3 very strange pawns for this piece. Let's continue placing pieces in the center. Offering trades when we can. Yes. We're trying to continue offering trades, yes? No? Maybe so? Am I in that much trouble? I could be. I could be giving back the pizza. I meant to take back with the knight. I most certainly did mean to take back with the knight. Then play bishop e6. Yes, that is to be expected. There are a lot of pawns here. Let us continue.
Victory.
Good game though, Ally. Good game, Ally. Yes, I know, Ally. I remember. I do remember. That's why I said, Mother of Ryzen. How's Ryzen doing in this tournament? Let's take Ryzev. How do I get his name wrong? The last letter I tend to keep changing. I either make it an N, an R, as he might be a riser of a star. Ryzev. Mother of Ryzev. She's from Izmir. The land of too much information, perhaps. Ryzev is doing very, very well. You can call me John, Ally. I believe I call you Ally. I understand completely. Now, it's possible that your internet connection is not too slow. Are you on a wireless connection, or are you wired to your computer? Is there a wire going to your laptop or computer? Or is there a wireless connection? Because you can fix the wireless connection. That is because you have a cheap Wi-Fi router. And I don't know that you have the money to improve that part. Wait a minute, Ethernet better than Wi-Fi. Ethernet wired connection is theoretically better than Wi-Fi. So you should check out, if you Google the Archer 5400, I believe it's come. The Archer 5400 Wi-Fi router. That is the one that I use. My internet connection at the moment is not so good either, but because I'm using an amazing router, it may depend on your card. It may depend on your card. It also could be because the Ethernet wired connections, wherever you are connected, if you're connected, let's say like me, for example, in a hotel, they can be metered a little bit better than a Wi-Fi router. The Wi-Fi is limited only by its ability. But if you get a Wi-Fi router that is very good, then you don't have any problem. Also, because the Wi-Fi hardware in your computer is of a greater up-to-date nature. I'm not sure that anyone is catering to the card in your computer, which may be very old. It is much more difficult to update. This is the line that I first ran into when I was young, as far as hitting this particular setup. And I do plan on attacking on the king side, so my opponent should be considering the attack on the, the castling on the queen side. There's a very natural attack from my opponent on the king side. Let's give him the old heave-ho here. Need your love. I do have to get my queen and king off of that diagonal as soon as relatively possible, which is very fascinating. Let's step off the line a wee bit. Now, my opponent is weakening himself in some ways. I had forgotten that I did not have Yes, that is a good move. So now I just have to be careful of my hanging bishop, right? Is it time to start the bum rush? Could be time to start the bum rush on the king side. Did not give enough consideration to queen d4 before I captured, but perhaps right after this. Immediately after this, as we weaken his king side, this king being in the center, even if we have to sacrifice a little bit. Now, are we sacrificing? That is the question. Do we tickle? I think we tickle. We tickle that weakness. And after we tickle that weakness, we attempt to take care of these weaknesses as well. And the winner is what? What is the winner here? Can I go this way? I can't let that happen. Whoa, let's start locking him up on those squares, please. Probably we could have played this move on the previous turn. Do we capture twice, or do we just let him capture us once? It's a bummer that our king is on this line. Alright, moment of truth. Been through. Yeah, I'm not happy about this, folks. We're going for the activity, indeed. We are going for the activity, indeed. Well, I didn't expect that. Is he returning the material? All that I've been through. In a heartbeat. Do it in a heartbeat. But really love me. Do it in a heartbeat.
Time is running out.
Do I have anything here?
It's a draw.
I had nothing there, folks. Nothing there. Shuvalov. Good game, Adis. Oh, Adis versus Zephyr. Nice work. Let's check out Adi's New versus Zephyr. Let's see here. Where's Zephyr? The easiest way. Adi's New. What is your handle? Restless Chess, I guess, since you're talking about it recently. That's alright. If we're going to look at my game, which was incredibly ugly, I played so badly. Wait a minute, just one moment here. Got it. You had to play, you think you had to, okay, I don't think this is the point at which you had to play that move. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And of course, bishop takes f7 check is devastating, right? But Zephyr, you're moving too fast, right?
Check.
What was this opening? First off, how did we get into such a passive opening? So against the h6, by the way, the move is d4. We blast the center. Anytime your opponent plays any passive move, bishop e7, d4. If d6, d4. You blast the center. If they don't do anything to continue their development, g6, d4. Then you blast the center. So there is no reason for you to play h6, Adi Snoop. h6 is like literally handing over a move. Like a whole move of development. Right now, black only has one bishop developed, and if you don't even, I think the next best move to the main lines being knight f6 and bishop c5. Bishop e7 is the Hungarian defense. I'm not a huge fan of this particular line. We're not in the Masters database, but d4 is still commonly understood to be the best move here. And a lot of games can be won after d6, or if they take, then you offer another pawn. And they certainly cannot take this one because queen to d5 is very problematic. The only thing you need to know about this particular line in the Hungarian defense is that because knight h6 is forced, bishop h6 castles, is that there are a lot of threats that you must watch out for. So bishop takes g7 is by far the best move. There is someone who recommended... There's someone that recommended bishop to c1, I think. But I don't like bishop to c1 because of knight to b4. This is also problematic. And how are we going to stop any trouble on c2? By allowing another fork, and they get their piece back. Therefore, the only secret to know in this position is bishop takes g7. And that takes care of most of the problems. You destroy the king's side. You don't get to keep the piece. You're threatening to get your pawn back, and when they recapture, we can continue developing. And look at this position for white, right? So again, h6, not really a move. In general, d4, 55, look at the white line. You don't prevent knight g5. You cause far... It's like trying to not be in the frying pan and jumping into the fire. You prevent bishop to g5. You prevent knight to g5 with bishop to c5. You just have to know that you're attacking g2, so that when d4 occurs, you don't move your bishop. Moving the bishop runs into a spot of trouble, just a little spot of trouble. But if you capture another one, now we're talking. And now you can capture on d4. Yeah, don't jump into the fire pit. In general, for everyone in the viewing dojo, you do not want to be caught defending in chess. Defending alone does not win you a game. You have to give yourself a positive outcome. If you're defending, like playing Don't Hurt Me chess, it's not going to lead to a better position if you're not already in a worse position. Oh no! Do we have a mod to untime out? Adi Snoob. Sorry, Adi Snoob. You're back. No, I know you're a good player. I absolutely know you're a good player. I want you to drop that in the Discord. Drop that game in the Discord with the same comment. If anyone has not yet followed on the socials, I do follow back unless your account is private. If your account is private, I'm going to assume that you don't necessarily want people following you. Let me put that on my list of things to do today, which is enable leadchess.org links. I have a few things to do. I'm hopefully going to get one more YouTube video out, so please subscribe to the YouTube. Yes, I understand. I think I heard the YouTube notification, the Discord notification, so nope, that was I'm not Singhania. Thank you for joining the Discord. I have to change the welcoming message. That's what I need to do. We need to try to find the welcoming message. I want to change it to please tell us where you're from. Adi Snoob. Excellent. Thank you. We do have a games analysis link to share it in. Check out the games and analysis. I definitely was commenting on a game where Dragon Emperor, aka Dark Blade, was beating up on one of my favorite, most amazing smile streamers. If I had to put streamers into certain categories, you would have entertaining streamers. You would have great personality streamers, and Toth Kinsko is one of those great personality streamers. Like, you are there for her personality. The boring pharmacist is definitely a personality streamer. You are there to say what in the world is going on because her personality carries that stream. Her personality is like not to everyone's taste. Well, very good. It was in this tournament. You could have told me that. So in any event, knight f6, by the way, let's just give a quick tutorial. Adi Snoob, you're a piece up. You don't want to be a piece up? This move allows you to be a piece up if you really wanted to be a piece up. For example, in this particular position, if you really want to be a true defender, rather than stopping your opponent from playing knight to g5, I'm just going to show this. I don't recommend this, but if you like defending, oh, you drew with Toth. You drew with Kinsko. That was nice of you, because she actually had a brilliant queen sacrifice. She followed through nicely. All she had to do was capture your knight. I didn't have time before the stream to comment on it. By the way, everyone, before the stream, or at least once or twice a day, is when I check Discord. I don't get a chance usually throughout the day to check Discord all the time, even though I do try to check it more than once a day. But I certainly do check it usually before the stream starts. Yeah, you can always play knight a5, but this is the actual fried liver, by the way. Black actually has to be down a knight. This is where the fried liver begins. The move that I think most people have to worry about is d4, which is preferred by Bobby Fischer in several games. Less than a half a dozen games, Bobby Fischer played d4, which is the lolly gambit, the lolly attack. And in this particular example, this is the new and improved because now you have no chance, right? No chance to save yourself in the center. This is just like death. And I believe knight c3 is the right move. And you can't take it because after capture, 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 rook to e1, it's game over. This is mate in 1 with queen to d5. And this just wins because we're surrounding the king, and it's mate in 1 if they even bother to recapture. This is based on a Paul Morphy game. Paul Morphy and Fischer both played knight to c3 in that position, from different move orders in the opening. So yeah, obviously we're not taking the pawn, but I'm saying that if anyone really feels like they're a true defender, I actually taught my students how to play this position if they forget the theory. Basically, your opponent is a piece down, and they are not used to anybody putting up resistance at young levels. Let's just say you have two 800s playing against each other, and that king marches up. Now the person who's attacking actually has to demonstrate some technique, and usually they don't. Usually they're playing for checkmate, not necessarily also a better endgame. So yeah, knight a5. You also have the Fritz variation, by the way. The Fritz variation leads to a miniature after d6. Queen takes d6. Many players will play this way. And I think my daughter actually won that large trophy in the back in her section in a very young junior varsity state city championship with knight takes e5 against knight takes e5. So in this particular position, she had a choice between routing her opponent or gambiting that the opponent will not move his pawn to f4, f3 after queen takes e5. But I believe this is just still totally winning. Her opponent played d3 and she checkmated him this way. Because young kids are taught never to move their f-pawn. A sad, sad thing, right? But I believe this position is still in black's favor, even here. Yeah, black is basically a queen up in this position. Bishop h3, knight to g4, all of these moves are just devastating. Wow. Queen takes e5 is nearly the best move. But she was actually going to sell out with knight takes c2. What does that change? Still winning. Nice. f3 indeed. I like f3 against in the anti-Grunfeld mold. I actually have a book on it that I have to actually review. I think I need a book review stream. Yeah, h6. Now, we're not going to look at it. I just wanted to have something to comment on. So, your game against Mara Rowe. Oh, I did not get the right one. Back. Dressless chess. That really conjures up an image, you know? Especially if... Can we play one game? I have a reward redemption for that. And I have to get going. Did I lose my opportunity for what I wanted to do? I'm going to work out a smaller reward redemption. I might even do 3 games, but not 1 game. I don't like 1 game. 1 game is, let's imagine this for a moment. You know, one person who walks up to you, there's no such thing as 1 game. 1 game doesn't exist. Fascinating. I like rook to e8 in this position, honestly. Just to challenge everything. But after b takes c3, they also like h6. I didn't even see that up there. h6 is equal, whereas rook e8 and everything else is not. Quite crazy. King to e8 just leaves you down a rook. You must get your rook into the game. Again, alright, you are white. But in general, black cannot defend. Black should attack. You can see the difference in the nature of things, right? So in this particular position, instead of taking the knight, we probably could just castle queenside, by the way. That also defends your pawn. I like defending the pawn by castling much better. Hero request is an opening move or an opening choice for the next game that I play. Most of the time, it comes in right at the wire, and I don't always see it because I move very quickly. It's like Nico Demonius is most famous for requesting me to play 1b4 on the first move. Because that's his opening. He wants to see how I would play it. So notice that you can play much more aggressive moves while attacking rather than just defending. You can do both later, right? So after bishop e6, we're setting up the trapping of the bishop here. We're actually not going to defend that pawn because we want to trap the bishop. So if the bishop takes on c2, we have more than one way to really bother our opponent, and this is getting our pawn back with interest if he plays b5. And we're threatening to trap it all over again, by the way. So if black does something passive, then we trap the bishop all over again. All of the moves are really good. Star Platinum 101. I was just reminded of The Boys on Amazon Prime with Star Platinum. How are you? Good morning. Welcome to the stream. Where are you from, Star Platinum 101? Which galaxy in this hemisphere, anyway? Star Platinum. What a great name. I always wish I could do my name over again. Part of the reason why I don't have that many viewers is because my name is so boring. India, of course. I love it. I actually have, I would say 90% of my stream viewing audience is from India. I do plan on doing more YouTube videos on Prague. I'm going to finish because I promised Tanya Sachdev, it was her birthday the other day. So definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel so that I can get the best of India chats up there for you. Because my audience is from India. Yeah, we had someone else in the chat who was, I'm trying to remember. I don't think it was just you. We also had someone else. I'm drawing a blank. Was it you that I was talking to? You're from England, but now you're in India. Quality over quantity. So anyway, back to the game. Yeah, making these moves that are a little... see, again... You give me the impression that you're actually defending some of your weaknesses. You're battening down these hatches, but I don't think that's really such a good idea because bishop e6 is a good counterattacking move. And they still are getting their rooks to the open files. They don't have to move their king at all, to be honest. They can actually assert themselves with bishop e6, and you're losing time. You have to play something along the lines of bishop to b3 or bishop to d3. But this is probably okay, except now they've got another attacking move, which is going to force the issue. And what did we do with our bishop c4? We just actually lost 2 tempi, maybe 3. And we straightened out their pawns. So that's why the computer likes this move better. Obviously. So yeah, bishop c4 was a micro error. They don't give you the question marks that I will. I'm definitely giving you a question mark. Because you have to play moves that are assertive. And we've already missed the boat a little bit. Your opponent is missing the boat. And you straighten out their pawns. And they now have one massive pawn island with better pawn structure in this endgame. Mara Rowe is doing better. Now our weaknesses is fixed. So whether or not they can actually get to it is another story. I think they should actually be coming in now. This is creating some problems, I think. Wow. Why there? What's going on, folks? If you're going to play that move, you should play that move. Yeah, I would rather put the rook on g5 or on g4 or threaten to do this and cut them off and put a rook on the 7th rank. Because this pawn isn't queening. The rook h8, I guess, right? But white could have actually gotten the better of this. I believe white could have gotten the better of this. I'm just looking for a moment. I feel like white gets the better of it with rook to g1. Rook takes d6, c takes d6, and rook d5, and there is no h5. That's of course, if I glance at the computer solution, now white has the much better rook. And you're in business. And you're locking down on this side of the board, so there are no open files. You're fighting for the only open files over here. Good morning, Eric. How are you? Or how she did that. Mara could be a young lady. How they did that. I believe the best pronoun for chess players these days is they. Much better to use they. That way we don't offend anybody. It's actually a pronoun, like in most foreign languages, it's not you. It's a lot of translations. I definitely noticed that, let's just say, 2 sisters from China when I was very young, they're playing in an all-girls event, and they're referring to their sister as he. But both of them have very short haircuts, and they both look like boys. So alarm bells start to go off, right? Like, did my daughter just get beaten by a girl in the girls' event, or did I get beaten by her brother? You know what I mean? And they didn't know the difference in their language because their English was English was a brand new language to them. So for everyone, greetings from Sacramento, sunny Sacramento. If you wish to go to Sacramento, they have an old west town, which is quite lovely. I love the old west area with the steamboats. I don't know if we talked about the chocolate factory. It was just inside to the right as you walked into the old west area. I hope it's still there. I hope it reopened. Post-COVID, I don't know what survived. But in any event. So meanwhile, so the best pronoun these days is they. They played this. They played that. I expected this from them. And And that way we're all in business, you know? So here we go. This is exactly what I was thinking about. And before you finish, in fact, right before you play this move, I'm debating whether or not it's more important to capture first. I think it's more important to capture first. That way you clarify the situation over here and you're going to get the pressure on the h-pawn. Because that rook will be passive and these pawns will be very active. So in any event, again, I think we're all tied down here to this. You're waiting for this to recapture, right? Now black has a very passive rook. Tough, right? We could even create two passed pawns with rook to d5 check and pawn takes. I'm torn on this one. Oh, you did choose that one.
check,
Rook takes rook to d5 check. You chose that one. And now you get to anchor it. Very good. You have more than one pawn where that came from, so there is no threat here. G6, yes. Very nicely done. Rook behind the pawn is decisive. Game over.
check,
And they can't dance at two weddings. You have your choice of a variety of positions here, but basically they can't dance at two weddings. The brides on the C file and the G file are going in. We are looking at Adis Noob's game was white against Mara Rowe. We're talking about the assertiveness rule. Basically the assertiveness rule, the rule that Capablanca didn't necessarily have, that Alekhine introduced into my repertoire. After you capture William undouble his pawn, I think that was a while ago. But in general, he is white, star platinum. Yeah, he basically misses some assertive opportunities here. Okay? So for example, the assertive move here is that if you really want to push this pawn through, I mean, what happens is good. This is perfectly fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this particular line. And here I would lock it down with rook h5. It's a lot faster. Or is it? Maybe it's not faster. It's not faster, but it's the same. I think this should not have gotten this far. But yes, it is a good game. I think it should have all been decided over there. Nicely done, though. Adis Noob had posted their game in the general section of the Discord. But if you follow me on all of my socials, hoping to actually put a lot more stuff up on average. I haven't mastered the game to GIF, right? I've got to look for my favorite game that I wanted to put in a GIF format from not long ago. I think it was, I don't know if it was from last Saturday. For example, if you're not a member, Mara is commonly female name. But I don't know her. Them. I don't know them. Like Maron, if it ended in a different letter other than A, then like Klara Kasparova. Kasparova is Kasparov's mother's name, and her name ends with an A, actually her last name even. So it's tricky. You can't even do it across. Ah. But you knew there. But meanwhile, yeah, the dojo. Please join all 3 dojos. I don't send messages to more than one dojo except on Mondays and Saturdays. So for Monday, I usually send a message. On Monday, because it's Monday through Friday, I send a message to the rapid and classical people on the weekends who joined. And on Saturday mornings, I remind the Monday through Friday people that we're continuing our training on the weekend. That's all I do. So people who are in both, I apologize. People who are in both of these dojos, I can only apologize if you get the messages in lead chest twice. You can unsubscribe to messages if you wish to. On the left-hand side, unsubscribe to messages from this team, but then you won't get the nudge to practice in town. My chum will eat me. You have to take care of Walmart. I believe it. Absolutely. Thank you for joining the Discord. Yeah, keep an eye out. Definitely share your games and the games to analyze. I mean to get up earlier and analyze them if I can. So on Saturday it was it Olga Rubtsova? Or was it as far back as Malcolm Payne's birthday? I have to look at this again. Was this it? No. It was a King's Gambit. I think it was... I had to be showing it to the camp, I believe, so it might have been Olga Rubtsova. My first actual game played. Maybe it was Sunday. Yeah, this guy didn't start the game, so it must have been this game. Oh no, was it against Ryzev? This was a crazy game against the Ali's son. Alright, ready? This is the game I wanna show. So the only way to save my rook, by the way, is to keep the pin. So check, check, and I love this game because I do get my king up there. I finally have to recapture. I have to capture, and I'm finally on the square of victory. Someone told me that it had to be a what's the name of this game? Ismail, how are you? I love this game. Unfortunately, my opponent did not love this game. So here, of course, I could win the queen with knight f7 check, but I chose a more creative route to try to get some form of double attack. And then I win the game by playing king to b1. My opponent just plain forgets that the knights can move backwards, and that was the end of the story. But I got my king castled. It took me 30 moves to get my king from e1 to b1. King of the hill, that's what we were discussing, right? So if I go down here, share and export, there's a way to make this game a GIF, I believe. Right? Share a game as GIF. There we go. Now, how do I share it to Instagram, right? Hold on. Street, I need to change my view. A GIF. Share game as GIF.
Just do it!
But how do I get this one from here to Instagram? That is the tricky part. I would love to analyze one of your games, Star Platinum. Don't put the link here. Be certain to put it in the Discord under Games to Analyze. Definitely put it in the viewer Games to Analyze. Share this page. We can share it on Twitter. Now, is it going to come out like I want it to? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to come out the way I want it to. Raid Shadow Legends. You know what? It's time to end those. Time to end those ads. Yeah, she has not been able to stream in a while. Knight takes H1. Hold on here. Share and export. Set game as GIF. Where did that go? Control Shift T. That brought up the last. Shift Windows T. Control Windows T. Opening up the last tab. Where are you? Empty house and neon lights. So this is leechess.org game GIF. So how do I download this game? That's what I need to do. Send to your devices. I'm afraid to click on that. I need help here. Now, I was trying to prevent my opponent from taking the rook on h1. Scroll down. Oh, here we go. Save. Saving it to Dropbox now. There we go. Copy to clipboard. Copy link and share. Save from the web to Dropbox. I'm turning off my my screen share for just one moment, okay, everybody? Yeah, I have to download it and upload it like that. Absolutely. It might be easier from my phone. It absolutely might be easier from my phone. I do have to run. So I just downloaded it, but it's in a strange location. And it is not showing up in my games lists. Take a look at the download folder. Let's take a look at the Dropbox folder. Sort. Date. What? Saved. It is definitely saved in my Dropbox folder. I just need to search for it now. It's V6, Control C. Sure. All right, so I found it, I believe. And it did not save the extension. Is that what it was? I should not bore you with this. I really should not bore you with this. Rename .gif. Now that I Yep, it worked. I'm just going to drag and drop it into the downloads so that way I can find it. Alright everybody, it is time for us to move on, but I enjoyed this game immensely. Star Platinum, I'm going to check the Discord for your game. Even though I really do need to run in order to get so much stuff done today. Yeah. Star Platinum. Yes. Send it in the games analysis. I'm headed over to the games analysis. And I'm going to find this one.
Do it! Just do it!
Shekar versus Abe. I see the game link now. I just need to bring up this game. Oh, fine. Thank you, Ismail, for the inspiration to just do it. Can I maximize this screen and still see it? 1 second, actually. I have my Discord and everything in the background. Is that gonna work? Alright, fair enough. So were we white or were we black Star Platinum? I like it. Our opponent really isn't stopping us from getting in the move e4, right? Our opponent is not necessarily so worthy, as it turns out. I am hoping that you won this game. Very nicely done. Following up on your ideas. A, finishing the opening very efficiently. That is, controlling the center, activating your pieces, putting your king safely on the other side of the board, and then you follow through on that side. And you trapped his bishop. Your opponent is not paying attention to your ideas. So like I said, it's not necessarily the opponent that you want. If you're playing opponents that are too nice to you, it's sometimes not worth it. Now, I feel like something is happening here. Well, yep. Attacking the weakness. I notice that I'm covering up your moves. I'm covering up the score sheet so I don't have to see what happened next. Alright, now things are getting juicy. Spicy. Dicey, right? Very nicely done. Star Platinum is a good player. Now I'm torn. We don't have to recapture right away. This falls in line with the same discussion we had with Aris. You heard GIF. There we go. Trying to see my chat. It was covering it up. Wow, it just steps out. But wait a minute, didn't we want to capture first? Instead of capturing here, where is he going to go? What do you think? Where is he going to go? He moves back. Now we have a choice of many. You have many choices, whether we take or not. I'm very tempted here to do something crazy, just because I'm playing chess to have fun as well. So yeah, just taking material just seems a little bit droll. So we reach the same position that we would have reached had we taken with check first. This would have been exactly the same. And now, how do we continue? We're trying to find Star Platinum's next move. We are modeling the game of Star Platinum. This square is just crying out to me, but I don't necessarily know how to get to it. So perhaps just putting our bishop on h5. This also might work, just putting the queen here. We're allowing a bit of counterplay suddenly. Yuck. And you have a nice forced mate. Very nicely done. So Star Platinum, did you see the forced mate when you were allowing this? Or was this creativity and ingenuity coming in here? Because you are, if you don't have that move, very close to being toasted. Queen h7 just wins. And if anyone does not see the mate yet, we finished where we started with bishop takes f5 check or bishop f5 check at the end. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nice, nice, nice. And we're facing, amazingly enough, considerable certain death on our own back rank. Nice game, Star Platinum. Very nice game. Please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube, as I am going to add to that today, I hope. Please subscribe to the YouTube, join the dojo, follow me on my socials, join the Discord. We already have a couple new people, and I will be analyzing games when I can from the Discord. That is good. Stay the same. Where are we? The last plug for Chess Informant. Let's do that. The last plug for Chess Informant. Thank you all for being here. I know we only have 6 of you. Please don't go away for the raid. It adds credibility as we are going to my favorite streamers. The very gentle soul. Actually, you know what? We'll go to Sassy Water. With our whopping 6. She has, and she's not a bad player at all, but please enjoy her company. I will run the ending screen with the credits because we want to give, as I say namaste to the new followers in the channel. Our mods, Chescudo is here. I did not see Chescudo. But Darkblade 512, Dragon Emperor, thank you so much for the new follow. Star Platinum from India. Cheers and thank you. Have a great day, everyone. I will talk to you ever so soon. By the way, when I do the streaming of the videos for YouTube, the Future is India series, whether it's Prague or Gukesh or Tanya Sachdev, I will be doing a subs-only chat so that I can breeze through the video a little quicker and get it ready for YouTube faster. Thank you, cheers, and talk to you later. See everyone tomorrow morning at the very least. Please have a great day.